Hi, Arcfieldweather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on June 6, Monday morning, 2022. Of course, this is an anniversary of D-Day, June 6, 1944. We have a fascinating story about the most important weather forecast of all time with thousands of lives at risk. We want to give a shout out to all the veterans today, and certainly thank you for your service. And it's quite an interesting story. Go back and read the posting right there on the homepage of our weather website about how the British meteorologists work with the American meteorologists, and Ike's famous quote, at least in the community of meteorologists, is "We had better meteorologists for that particular event." And this is a surface weather map from that particular day. Of course, quite a different look to it compared to many of the computer-generated weather maps of today. This is the North Atlantic region, Iceland right here, the United Kingdom right in this region. And again, very interesting story on the most important weather forecast of all time, June 6, 1944. Well, let's start off with a little tropical talk, and we did indeed develop our early tropical storm named Alex here. It crossed central southern Florida with a lot of rainfall during the past weekend, maybe 6 to 12 inches of rain in many areas. It really broke away from the Yucatan Peninsula region and then came across in this fashion. Didn't intensify into a tropical storm status named Alex until after it moved off the east coast of Florida. Continues in this fashion right here. A pretty strong tropical storm right now. This little dot, that's the island of Bermuda, certainly can experience some 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts today. This system will continue to move to the east-northeast, encounter increasing shear and cooler waters, and will diminish in intensity over the next 12 to 24 to 36 hours or so. Again, it became the first named tropical system of the year with a lot of rainfall in the central and southern part of Florida, as well as western Cuba and Bermuda. Again, now racing out to the northern part of the Atlantic Ocean after a brief encounter with the island of Bermuda today. Now let's take a look at the global tropical cyclone activity right now, and here is Alex, located right here in the Atlantic Ocean. Nothing more than a weak wave out over the Indian Ocean right now. Nothing going on at all Pacific Ocean, and this is probably going to be characteristic of this upcoming season. I expect below normal activity on the global scale, while the Atlantic Ocean may feature above normal activity similar to the last couple of years. Pacific Ocean should be below normal, largely influenced by the La Nina, the cooler than normal conditions right there in the equatorial part of the Pacific Ocean. Again, no activity at all at the moment across the Pacific Ocean, and I expect another below normal year in the Pacific Ocean, just like the last couple. And globally, again, probably looking at a below normal season. Well, let's take a look at the CONUS weather situation for the next several days. Very interesting weather pattern for the eastern part of the nation, where we'll have no sustained heat during this first full week of June. It won't even hit 90 degrees in D.C., for example, this entire week. And there are a couple of chances of significant rainfall, maybe even kind of a cool, damp, wet day to begin the upcoming weekend. But again, a couple of chances of significant rainfall in the mid-Atlantic region and much of the eastern part of the nation. We still have these cool outbreaks coming into the U.S., much like we've had in April and May, a continuation in the month of June. We're starting off with very pleasant conditions, comfortable conditions in the mid-Atlantic, the northeast part of the nation, continuation of low humidity levels, high temperatures, probably around 80 degrees this afternoon. Can't complain at all about that. D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, still some cool air up across the northern plains. And now let's move forward here over the next couple of days here, over the next several days. And we have a lot of the northern U.S. still experiencing some cooler than normal conditions, hot from Texas to California. And Texas to California is in store for some very hot weather over the next, not only the next few days, but really over the next week or two. So watch out, Texas to California. This could be a rough period in terms of sustained heat and dry conditions. But across the north, still a lot of cool air to experience here. And as we move through the week here we are now Thursday morning, cooler than normal from the Midwest across the Great Lakes, and we're about to head into the eastern part of the nation, and could very well turn out to be a rainy, cool day on Saturday. This is the forecast map of 850 millibar temperature anomalies come midday on Saturday. Very cool for this time of the year across the Midwest, the Great Lakes, the Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast U.S., even possible high-pressure cold air damming setup for the storm system coming probably on Saturday in the Mid-Atlantic region. That's quite unusual for the what we're getting to the middle part of the month of June. Hot weather, however, on the western part of the nation here, from California all the way to the Rockies, and again all the way to Texas. This will turn out to be quite a hot pattern over the next 7 to 14 days or so. But for the upcoming weekend, at least to start, much cooler than normal conditions with a rainstorm possible Saturday, places like D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Well, let's take a look at the surface weather maps from the 06Z operational run of the GFS. Here is Alex over the western Atlantic Ocean, moving into cooler and cooler environment. It will continue to weaken after it bypasses Bermuda with some strong winds today. A nice day to start the week, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast U.S., but it turns out to be an active week. Really from later tomorrow into tomorrow night and throughout the day, Wednesday night, there can be showers of thunderstorms in the Mid-Atlantic region as a cool frontal system slows down as it arrives in the eastern U.S., and that will allow, by the time we get to the midweek, the Wednesday time frame, low pressure to form. This is the Wednesday night forecast map. Low pressure forms along that frontal boundary zone. So really there will be a threat of showers and maybe some embedded thunderstorms from late Tuesday right through the day Wednesday, really right through the night Wednesday night into early Thursday. Could be some significant rainfall in this particular event from late Tuesday into early Thursday, Mid-Atlantic region, Northeast U.S. Then we have a nice break in the action Thursday, and especially on the day Friday. Here's the Friday morning forecast map. Looks like a kind of a mirror image of today, where in the Mid-Atlantic region, sunny, 80 degrees. Friday, sunny, 80 degrees. But then we have a cool air mass moving into the northeastern part of the nation, another low pressure area by the time we get to Friday night and Saturday. And Saturday could turn out to be a rainy, cool day for this time of the year. Kind of unusual to see cold air damming possibly with cooler air sliding down the east side of the Appalachian Mountains. A cool air mass, probably northeast winds. A nasty day at the shore on Saturday. The way it looks right now, it's still several days away, but watch out. Could be another significant rain event. Hopefully it gets on out of the picture on Sunday. This is a Sunday morning forecast map. No doubt Sunday will still remain a little bit cooler than normal in the Mid-Atlantic region. So an active weather pattern for the eastern U.S. No sustained heat this first full week of June. Places like D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, very unlikely to even reach 90 degrees anytime over the next several days. And again, a couple of shots at significant rainfall from late Tuesday through Wednesday night, and then perhaps another opportunity comes Friday night, Saturday night time frame. We'll of course focus in on that as we go through the upcoming week. That's it for now. For ArcfieldWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.